So I was at work earlier today, and I overheard my boss and my coworker talking. When I say overheard, I mean I was eavesdropping. I had nothing better to do. And my coworker was describing her new relationship with her new boyfriend. And she said, and I quote, "Well, we're not trying to get pregnant, but we're not trying," which is the most dramatic way to say you're raw dogging. Like, same, but you don't hear me telling our boss that, you know? He's the one with the latex allergy, he already knows. As Lindsay said, my name is Dallas, like the city in Texas. And people like to ask me if that's where I was conceived. Because we all ask strangers where their parents fuck, right? Where were you conceived? I don't like that you knew that. Okay. No, I was not conceived in Dallas. That was hot. Neither of my parents have ever actually been to Texas. And I was complaining to my dad about getting asked about being conceived in Dallas a lot. And his response was, "You would have been named Couch." I'm not sure that's better. But no, I was named Dallas for a much better reason. My dad is a really big fan of the Dallas Cowboys. Anyone else? Expected. He's such a big fan of the Dallas Cowboys. If you ask my dad how old I am, he will tell you I was born in 1994, because that's the last time the Cowboys won the Super Bowl. I just hate that. When my parents were pregnant with my younger sister, they almost named her Shea after Shea Stadium, because he's also a huge fan of the New York Mets. And I don't know why my mom fucked him more than once. Not a clue. Like my mom, I also have really shitty taste in men. Just men. Everyone else, I can pick great. Men, not so much. For example, I was having sex with a guy. Oh, sorry, I can still taste him in my mouth. I was having sex with this guy, and he was having a great time. I was there. You ever feel like a human fleshlight? That's how I felt. I had like mentally checked out. And I was thinking about which episode of The Golden Girls I'd rather be watching. The one where Sophia's a nun, obviously. And I was just like zoning out for a bit, and he seemed really into it, and I was like, all right, he's definitely caught on to something. I'm gonna like see if I can enjoy this too. So I like tried to like rub my own clit, and he took my hand and pulled it away. And he was like, "I got this." But didn't change anything he was doing. Yeah, dude, you got this. So I let him thrust for a little bit longer, and I was like, "Hey, are you gonna come? Just let me know." And he said he was waiting for me, which is sweet, but not gonna happen. And I told him that, and he nuts. And a few minutes later, we're getting dressed, and he looks at me, and he goes, "It's so cool. You still have sex, even though you can't come." Oh. What the fuck? What kind of straight white man ego takes everything that just happened and goes, broken pussy? It works, dude. I think. I don't know. Switching gears back to my parents. They love that story. Did you ever think about the fact that you're probably not your parents' favorite kid? Anyone else? No? Just thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, I think about it a lot, probably because I talk about my broken pussy on stage a lot. But I was out with my mom the other day, and this lady came up to us and was talking to my mom. And something you need to know about my mother is she is a Dominican immigrant. English is her second language. And she told me my whole life that it's really hard for her because she has to translate every conversation in her head. So sometimes there's like a delay. So this lady comes up to us and is talking to my mom. And she asked my mom if she has a favorite kid. Which one? Fuck you. I'm right there. Like, don't do that. In that lady's defense, she probably thought my mom was gonna give the generic parent response of, "I love all my kids equally." She did not. No hesitation, she says, "Joshua." Like, it was in the holster, just fucking. I imagine her waking up that morning, looking in her bathroom mirror, being like, Joshua, the only kid I love, Joshua. And then she gave reasons, obviously. Why not? He's the youngest, so he needs her more than the other kids do. He's a boy, and she always wanted a boy. And me being non-binary just did not cut it. My mother does not have a kid named Joshua. Nah. She created this in her head. Where was the translation on that one, huh? Just fucking out there. You ever disappoint your parents so much, they just make up another kid in front of you that they're more proud of? The silver lining is, I guess, my mom does have other kids. They didn't make the cut either. All right, thanks guys.